Jamaica's fastest over the 100 meters hurdles, Ackera Nugent becomes the Grand Slam track champion in Philly. Yep, she does it once again. In other words, Ackera Nugent delivers the wickedest slam. And stay tuned for our Day 2 roundup of GST Philly, where we have several remarkable world leads. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it. Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops, you drop a video. At least once a day in Peter Lloyd World. Also, enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, are you ready? Yeah, good to go. Well, GST Philly. Day 2 certainly delivered, people. Like I said, this is becoming one of my favorite track events. Grand Slam track keeps giving and giving. It's a gift that keeps on giving. And today gave us 2 remarkable sprint world leads. You got to stick around for that. As well as another Jamaican taking the Grand Slam track championship. In other words, 2 Jamaicans on 3 occasions. In other words, we had Daniel Williams win in Jamaica, Jamaican Grand Slam champion. Ackera did it in Miami, and Ackera has done it again in Philly. Jamaica was special. Okay, so let's first start out with the women's 400 meters. These were the ladies who ran the 400 meters hurdles yesterday, of course, featuring Jamaica's Rochelle Clayton, as well as Andrinette Knight, and yesterday's winner, Anna Cockrell. This one was really exciting. Now it was Lena Nielsen of Great Britain who won this one in 52.60. Jasmine Jones, who in her debut at the GST became Grand Slam track champion for the women's long hurdles. She came second in 52.73. Andrinette Knight of Jamaica taking third in 52.87. Rochelle Clayton took fourth in 53.17. Dahida Mohammed of the United States took fifth in 53.29. And Anna Cockrell, who won yesterday in the 400 meters hurdles, took sixth in 53.35 seconds.
Hey Grand Slam track, it's Jasmine Jones. We're open for 400 hurdle, long hurdle women's slam champion Philly. Thank you guys so much for cheering, for being here. It means a lot. Woo!
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Jamaica's Assini Wilson in the men's long hurdles, or the 400 meters hurdles of Jamaica, walked away with a season's best and a Grand Slam track personal best. Of course, he was pitted against the Santos in the men's flat 400 meters. The Santos won the 400 meters hurdles yesterday, but the Santos did not win this one. Trevor Bassett of the United States walked away with a 45.47 run to take the first place, with Chris Robinson of the United States taking second in 45.62. The Santos took third in 45.63, and Jamaica's Assini Wilson took fifth place, as I said, in a season's best and a Grand Slam track personal best of 46.24 seconds. This, of course, is great exposure for young Wilson of Jamaica. Now, in the men's flat 400 meters, the 200 version of that, remember yesterday, Matthew Hudson-Smith walked away with the win. In that 400 meters, Jamaica's Javon Powell repped Now, in today's second race, it was the men's 200 meters. It was Alexander Ogando who won this one in 20.13, the men's 200 meters, with Richards coming second in 20.3 for Richards, of course, is from Trinidad and Tobago. Gardner came third in 20.49. I was a little surprised by that. And Matthew Hudson Smith took fifth in 20.74. Powell came eighth in 20.91. However, Matthew Hudson Smith ended up becoming the Grand Slam track champion. Remember, he won yesterday.
Tight, Richards right there with him. It's Ogando Richards pulling away. Hudson Smith with a lot of work to do. But look at Ogando go. He's gone. Ogando wins it. 20.14. Richards second. Gardner third. Matt Hudson Smith.
So big up to Great Britain's Matthew Hudson Smith for winning the men's flat 4 and flat 2. Now, things got really spicy, people, in the last two races of the meet. Like I said, I've been talking about Melissa Jefferson of the United States since last year. Go back and check the videos. And even earlier this year, I talked about her, and one or two of the Americans who come here often said she's a waste of time, not now go on. Well, again, I'm wrong, and again, I seem to be going in the right direction. Young Melissa Jefferson, who yesterday shocked all of us, even myself, by totally destroying the women's 200 meters, including beating the Paris Olympic Games gold medalist Gabby Thomas. She delivered a serious shot across the bow, people. Shots fired. Everybody, I think, the Jamaicans, Tina Clayton, Shelley, Sharika, as well as the Americans, TT, Shakari. Anybody who's out there doing women's sprint right now must have heard this shot. She ran a world-leading time and new personal best of 10.73. It was wind legal. Yes, you heard me right. Wind legal. 10.73 to take the win here. People, I was drinking something and I almost choked. Not like that. Melissa Jefferson laid down a world-leading time of 10.73 and a new personal best, of course, and a Grand Slam track best to take this one. 10.73, people. To show you the distance between her and the second place, Tamari Davis of America came second in 11.03. Gabby Thomas came fourth in 11.16. Dinasha Smith came fifth in 11.16. And in third place, Thelma Davis of the United States ran 11.14. This was insane.
Davis is in 3, next to Jefferson Wooden in 4, Thomas is in 5, Joe for Barnes in 7. And they get away first time, and look at Jefferson Wooden already got a big start. Gabby Thomas 2 meters behind at this point. Tamara Davis going well in second, but miles ahead of everybody. Jefferson Wooden 10.74.
Oh my God, no way.
Yes way. Now, I'm not going to tell you I expected a world lead. I knew she was going to win. I was pretty certain about that. But 10.73, people. This, I think, 10.73 is in the top 10 fastest 100 meters ever ran by a female athlete in history. This is no joke. When she said, she wanted to be taken seriously when she did that interview in Kingston, I think the world is now taking her, including the Americans, my American friends who said, she was a waste of time. 10.73, people. It is serious stuff. That is serious stuff. Still very early, so I don't know if she'll be able to maintain this, but whatever, 10.73 is something that you tip your hat off to. Okay, the end of that Batman movie, the last Batman movie, and not the new one, but the last in that series, and they're in Paris, and everybody's tipping their hats. Whoa. Okay. And then I suspect Kenny Benarick got jealous. He ran, of course, the 100 meters right after her 100 meter. Of course, he's also American. And he said, boy, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything you can do. Oh, no, you can't. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, he laid down another a world lead and a new personal best in the men's 100 meters. Also wind legal. Wow, 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 wow. And Brian Lavelle took second in this one. Big up Jamaica's Brian Lavelle. Kenny Benerick ran a world lead, a Grand Slam track lead, personal best of 9.86. His previous best was 9.87. Brian Lavelle ran a season's best, big up Yardie, of 10.02. Very impressive. Darnell Hughes, a season's best, and a JST PB time personal best of 10.05. Christian Coleman came forth in 10.12.
4, Coleman in 6. Gets out smartly, Kenny, but Coleman's the quickest. He's got a half a metre, but here comes Kenny. He's already gone into the front and away he's gone. Again, Kenny Benerick is a boss. 9.87. Wow! It's quick here in Philip.
Yeah, that was a very dominant win by Kenny Benerick. Now, in the women's 400 meters, I was looking forward to see what Nikisha Price would do in the 200 meter, which was the second race. Now, remember, yesterday, Paulino won ahead of Nazir. Nazir came second, but was disqualified because she started, I think, in lane 5 and ended up in lane 4. She switched lanes, which is illegal. So, she didn't impede anyone, but of course she was punished and she was disqualified. So therefore Jamaica's Nikisha Price, who was originally in third yesterday, was pushed up to second. And I was looking forward to see what Nikisha Price did in the 200 meters, because I remember in her last year in college, she laid down some decent 200 meters. So I was hoping that, you know, she would have been able to do something special. Anyway, take a look. Now, Paulino won the women's 200 meters again in this instance in a very dominant form, running 22.46, which is a pretty solid time at this time of year. Second place went to Isabel Whitaker with 22.86. Nazir came fourth in 22.90, and Price came fifth, not too bad, in 22.96 seconds. I believe she walks away with a total of 30,000 US, I believe, as does Brian Lavelle, based on their placings.
It's all so close, but Gabai's just going to have to give this one away, because Paulino is striding away from everybody else. She's just so quick, so strong. Paulino takes the win again. 22.47. Wins the 400, wins the 200. Slam champion, Paulino again.
Paulino is a beast, and I mean that in the most positive way. The way she ran that 200 meters, not great on the curve, but it didn't matter, because when she came off that curve, there was no one who's going to catch her. She was just so strong. She's such a strong, powerful athlete. Crazy run. Now, then, for me, it was the moment that I think all yardies have been looking forward to, which is the women's 100 meters hurdles. And now, yesterday we saw Ackera Nugent win the 100 meters hurdles in 12.44, very convincing form, very dominant form. And then we know that she is the fastest. I've repeated this for over a year now, that of all the flat 100 meter hurdlers, she's the fastest woman in terms of her PB. If my memory serves me correctly, and if I'm not correct me, but I believe her PB is 11:09. I think that's her PB. Her performance here, I thought, was very good. But who surprised me, people, I'm not lying to you, no, is Sydney McLaughlin-Nevron. She surprised me. I thought in second we would have had Megan Tapper. Tapper is fast out of the blocks, or Daniel, if she's, But Sydney McLaughlin-Nevron shocked me. I mean, I think if she really decided to run the 100, she could be a factor. I was actually very surprised by that. But Nugent dominated, absolutely dominated. By 60, she just pulled away from everyone else. It was really poetry in motion. Nugent won this in 11.11, which is very impressive for an athlete who is not running the 100 meters. McLaughlin ran 11.21 to take second. Kambunji ran a personal best of 11.41 to take third, with Daniel Williams running a season's best in a GST PB of 11.44 to take that fourth spot. Tanae Marshall of the United States ran a PB of 11.48 to take fifth, and Jamaica's Megan Tapper ran sixth with 11.52 seconds.
And I think Ackera Nugent will want to be able to do that. First and second in Miami, won the slam. Can she win both here? Tapper does get out well, but so does Sydney McLaughlin-Nevronin. If anything, she's just in the lead at the moment, but there goes Ackera Nugent. Starts to pull away from Sydney. It's going to be Ackera Nugent slam! 11.12.
Yeah, she can run, man.
That is quick. We saw that the men had a slight headwind. This was almost a flat wind in this one. So
Yes, sir. Here, Grand Slam times 2. I'm really excited to see how the rest of this time goes. Even though I won't be a part of it, I thank you all for continuing to support me.
Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. Am I proud of Ackera? Yes, people. Yes. As I know, most yardies are awesome run. And I'm not joking. If we ever have a problem in the 4x1 and she's there, we can probably be calling her. 11.11 people is very good at this time of year. And remember, this young lady is not running hundreds. That she just basically ran 100 the other day and come run this. She doesn't train. She explained that one of the reasons why she can't do that is because it will mess up the technicality of her 100-meter hurdles, because hurdles is both speed and technical, and you can be so fast you run into the hurdles. So this is just get up and go run, and she ran 11.11. There are actually world stars right now in the 100 meters women who are not running that time. We just saw Tina Clayton run season's best of 11.02, and then she came back and ran at the J3's preparation meet. She ran 11.16, and that's very impressive. So 11.11, and the way in which she executes that 100 meters, she is a natural sprinter. Natural. But we'll get into that in another video. Very cool. Walks away with 200K. Remember, she won 100K in Miami. I think she ran 130 in Jamaica, so that's $230,000 in a couple of months. That's really impressive. And another reason why I just love Grand Slam track. Absolutely love Grand Slam track, because athletes are getting some money. And this is not just for love of country, people. It's not just for love of the sport. It's a business, and they have to make money. She executed well, and what is very impressive here is that she won the 100-meter hurdles, and she came back in dominant form and won the flat 100 meters. Excellent run. Megan Tapper had explained that she was having some niggles, so that might have explained her run. Danielle Williams was impressive as always. You know, Antina Mill can never ever be underestimated. But I'm going to say it again. Sydney McLaughlin-Nevronin shocked me. I did not see. She got out of the blocks decently. Her drive phase was okay. By about 40-50, Ackera and her were side by side, but Ackera just pulled away from her. But that woman, I'm not lie, people, she is seriously talented. Like almost off the spectrum talented. That is insane. I did not expect that in her 100 meters. I am not joking. And then when I look back at her 100-meter hurdles yesterday, she hit a couple hurdles. It was obviously the technicality threw her off. So that's a really talented person. Nothing bigger up. Big you up, McQueen. Big up. But big up to the yardies. Big up to Ackera Nugent. Love you. Nikisha Price. Yeah, I was impressed with the 4. I see the work. Brian Neville, I see the work. We're looking good. The yard is looking good. And Michael Johnson, thank you again for giving us Grand Slam track. It is so exciting, and you can see people, the crowds are getting bigger and bigger. The media, the frenzy, the athletes are happy. They're running their best, and we see clear champions emerging. Kenny Benerick, unbeaten thus far. Ackera Nugent, becoming a dominant force. Melissa Jefferson, boy, no joke. But loving it. absolutely loving it. And I also have to say props to Sydney McLaughlin for stepping down from the 400 meters hurdles to do this. It says a lot about her confidence in herself, her curiosity, her willingness to try something new. And, you know, it was kind of cool because she gave someone else an opportunity to win the women's 400 meters hurdles because nobody else would have won. And I don't think anybody would have beaten her in the flat four. She's just phenomenal. So I have to big her up for that. But I am loving Grand Slam track. If you are, let me know in the comments. And I think Jamaica, as always, we are standing tall. We're doing extremely well. And wow, Grand Slam track Jamaican champion in all three. Daniel Williams in Kingston, Jamaica. Ackera Nugent in Miami, and Ackera Nugent again in Philly. Who will it be in LA? This is dope. This is dope. May I love it. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you as impressed as I am? Now, don't forget to support the channel. Check out our merch here at printify.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, you are royals. You're kings and queens. Bless up. Give me the girl with the wickedest lamb. The kind of girl them feel love up she man. And if... Anyway.